Considered by many to be the world's most coveted architectural award, the Agha Award for Architecture has 30 years of history in selecting, reviewing and judging outstanding architectural design, urban planning, conservation and landscape design projects in Muslim societies across the world. Every 3 years, in a rigorous selection and judging process, hundreds of nominated projects are whittled down to a shortlist of an ultimate few. A master jury comprising eminent architects, scholars and artists are then entrusted with the task of selecting the winners.
The job of the jury is not one of just selecting a number of disparate projects, but really acting as a role of curator.
We're looking at issues of sustainability. We're looking at urban fabrics.
We covered so much territory, both geographically, in terms of ideas about buildings, ways of actually thinking about culture.
The remit here was not to think about Islamic architecture, but to think about architecture in Muslim societies.
We're looking at excellence. We're looking at the way in which the Muslim Ummah has to be understood or re-understood.
There's a preconceived notion usually of what Islamic architecture is, and I don't think that's necessarily the correct way of looking at Islamic architecture. I think it has a lot to do with its locality, its context, its geographic location.
Architecture by nature is a discipline that involves more than a sort of centralized, coherent, defined set of criteria.
In a way, I've never been on an architectural jury where you're looking at handmade buildings to skyscrapers and everything in between.
As far as I'm concerned, you need to experience architecture. You cannot sit and look at the picture or even plan an elevation and then judge it. This is quite difficult.
Expert technical reviewers dispatched around the globe returned to Geneva to give in-depth presentations to the master jury.
The role of the technical reviewer is essential because this is the link, the actual link we have with the project. I mean, unfortunately, we do not get to visit each and every project, but we depend very much on the evaluation of the technical reviewer.
In the technical review process, you're asked to first travel to the site, meet the architect and anybody else involved in the project, and do a thorough analysis of the project.
To review a project, we've got to contextualize the project. So in order to contextualize a project, you've got to understand the cultural, social, traditional values of the place.
The final review presentation is followed by days of intense deliberations.
When it came to the final assessing the project, that became very difficult.
Well, it was very intense. It was very difficult for 9 people from completely different backgrounds to manage to reconcile their differing criteria.
The only two reasons I would even bring on what criteria would we admit this into the
spaces are very unsatisfying. They are really narrow, they are quite...
I mean, I can tell you, you see these all in this picture. And they don't see, to be honest.
I think that will not help.
Wait.
With 300 projects and deadlines and people coming from various disciplines, there is a stress.
We were coming at very different things from very different directions.
Like building to live in, but that may not be the case.
People became more passionate and so the argument became more, it was deeper and more meaningful.
Everything was very open, very transparent. We talked about profound issues of excellence, quality, aesthetic taste.
For the past few days, it's been a process of examining many projects from diverse contexts and diverse conditions, and it's been quite a revealing experience.
We hope that the awards that we've selected in this cycle will encourage more submissions from younger architects who are indigenous to the Muslim world.
It's a reward for work well done. It's encouragement to continue doing what they do. It's an example of what we think others should be doing.
I think it also means a huge amount to a group or a community or an individual to have its confidence affirmed in itself and its visions.
"343 projects nominated, 27 projects shortlisted, 9 winners. The Agha Award for Architecture.